To all our believers,
to the goodness of Kapona,
to our drivers and stalkers Arabs,
to the believers at the brazen head,
to Langa,
Wamashu,
I'm back.
we hear you.
Now hear us.
Siabonga.
thank you.
Betway, the official global betting partner of Arsenal.
Kev's Betway Bets is brought to you by Betway.
Yeah, 4 out of 5. It seems to be my thing. And I was WhatsApping the group this weekend, and I was saying 3 out of 3. My bet's going well. Betway offered me a cash out of 31 rand. No problem, because I knew the Stormers would win in Llanelli, and I knew that the Blues had obviously beat the Crusaders at home in Eden Park. And they didn't, the buggers. We got another story, a football story I found that we didn't get to talk about.
Are you digressing?
I am. I'm trying to get away from being a loser all the time. Welsh top flight. This is an early Mampara. This is going to be definitely. He's up for Mampara. So there's a Welsh football team called Barrytown, and they were unaware that their midfielder Evan Press had been convicted for dealing cocaine until 30 minutes after he was sentenced. So this guy had played for them. He was jailed for 2 years and 6 months in Newport after pleading guilty to be concerned in the supply of Class A drug cocaine. He's played every game for Barrytown this season, and they didn't know this. It's a semi-professional team. He's worn the captain's armband 19 times. He's been a key player for them. He's scored 11 goals and 187 appearances since in 2018. And they said they will now be without the captain for an extended period. 2 years in jail, and they didn't know he'd been busted for coke. How do they not know? I mean, it's
like ASA, they didn't know.
No.
You know.
So coke adds strife in Wales. I mean, it's just awful. Speaking of strife, where's my bets?
Please.
It's the losers page at the back here. I started off well. Italy, Germany, and it was a win. You know, I went the double chance.
I'm having deja vu. Yeah, I started off well. Every week I started off well.
And Italy, Germany, big game. The first game was extraordinary. I mean, it was just like it was 2-2. Then
Kev, I think your problem is that you get sucked into the game for sheer enjoyment.
Yeah.
That you forget who you've bet on.
No, I haven't.
And then when it's too late, you didn't cash out. You've done nothing.
Well, I bet on Germany or the draw, the double chance. So it was 1.44 bang. I won that because Germany won. They beat Italy. Also another cracking game. I don't know if you saw, but Germany won. There was a similar goal. Do you remember the Trent Alexander-Arnold Origi goal against Barcelona in 2019 in the semi-final of the Champions League? When Liverpool were 3-0 down, came back to win 4-3, and the last goal was scored at that really cheeky little corner from Trent while the Barcelona team were watching. Germany scored a similar goal. Basically, while the goalkeeper, Bananarama, whatever he's called, what's his name? Donnarumma, Italian. He plays for Newcastle, and I hate him because they beat us in the Carabao Cup. He was having a chat to the referee, saying, "Listen, this is wrong. Next thing, short corner, goal." And then the referee said, "Look, goal. You don't talk while you're supposed to be playing." And that's how they basically Germany went through. And big scandal about that. Netherlands against Spain. I went both teams to score at 1.67. Netherlands were outside favourites to win this game. Spain were favourites, but there was a 2-2 draw, cracker of a match. I mean, really, really good. I don't know how, but I felt so in the second leg. Obviously, Spain got knocked out on penalties, but they could have. Both teams deserved to go through. It's going to be weird not having Spain in the last 8.
Yeah,
bit sad for them. But yeah, it was a 5-4 penalty shootout win over Netherlands at home on Sunday. Yeah, I mean, a 5-4 aggregate for these
and you
teams.
said both teams to score here.
I said yes. I won that.
Okay.
Definitely won that. Then South Africa, Lesotho.
Of course, I shot you a look.
At 1.23, they were going to win. I mean, we've spoken about this, but Bafana were just on a different level. They left it a bit late. I mean, I was getting a bit anxious.
I did. Yeah.
But I mean, what is different about them these days? There's composure. And they didn't look like they weren't going to score.
It's coming. Yeah, it's coming.
It didn't look like, I see Times Live reporting that Percy Tau is impressed Bruce incredibly, thinks he's coming back to his
full fitness.
And that's going to be good. I mean, even though he's still playing in, where is he? He's in
Saudi.
Saudi or Qatar. And he's playing there, and it's not the most difficult league to play in. But he's, I just like the way the team goes about it. We spoke about Bennett. Do Do you think is it an easy one or is it an easy draw?
Which?
And the next match against Benin?
No, we've got to win.
Got to win.
We've got to win. I don't want it to be a draw. This is what I don't want, me personally as a fan. In my heart of hearts, we need to win. We don't need to draw. And a win also sets us, as Mtor said, a little further ahead of the pack.
So I was just looking.
And we need to get.
So Group C, South Africa are top, having played 5, 10 points. They've lost 1 in the last 5 games. So that was the second game they played. I forget who that was against. Then next is Benin with 8 points. So we do need to win. And then how many games do they play? We play each team twice. So that'll be 8. Is that another 8 games to go? How many games to go?
I don't know. Please count
1,
there.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're going to play 10 games. That's another, after tomorrow's games, another 4 games left. 12 games left.
Never mind.
I don't know. There's a lot of games left, but Nigeria are playing well.
So please read. So we're at the top of the group at the moment.
Group, so 10 points. Benin are second with 8. Rwanda, after that loss to Nigeria, have got 7 from 5. All teams have played 5 games. Nigeria have got 6. I see there's something going on with Nigeria. The new coach apparently has been a bit of he's been called out for shouting at fans and stuff, the Pulse Sports. So that's them.
Look, let him be. Let him be.
Lesotho are 5th with 5 points from their 5 games, and then Zim right at the bottom with 3 points from their 5
so
games.
for me, it's just Nigeria are on.
Yeah.
How many points?
They're on 6.
So we do need to get ahead here. We need to get ahead while we still can.
Win and get 13 points from 6 games. That's a good
Come on,
turn.
Bafana, you can do it. You can do it,
6 o'clock
guys.
tomorrow,
Let me
Saturday
see.
time.
It's 9 o'clock. What difference is it? Hour back?
No, it's 6 p.m. our time. It's the same thing. Yeah.
We're same time zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in the same time zone, but it's 6 o'clock our time, which is a great time. It's actually not too late, not too early. Everybody's home from work and filling up the pubs. And then I went to rugby. I mean, Blues, Crusaders.
Yeah.
I mean, the Blues were supposed to win this. Everybody predicted they were the favourites, 1.81 to win. People said the Blues were going to win by 2 points, but they were just dreadful. I've never seen a rugby team.
What did you say?
I said that the Blues would win
Okay.
because they were the favourites, just favourites. But they got pumped 42-19 by the Crusaders at Eden Park, their home ground, Auckland's home ground, the Blues' home ground. And they have now had a miserable first 6 rounds. The coach, Vern Potter, said he's hating that his team is so bad.
Wow.
He thinks that the title defense, they're the reigning holders of the Super Rugby title, and he said I thought we seemed a little lethargic. That's polite. They looked like they looked like you and I when we came into work this morning. absolutely. They looked like they had a long weekend on the.
They just need a bit of a power shot. Yeah, he
looked
said,
like
and he also said they're unraveling and they need a reset.
Yeah, they need a lot more than that. It was just bad rugby.
5 losses now.
So that's 5 losses in a row, 1 point off the bottom of the table. But Super Rugby, I mean, I've been watching a lot of it recently, and it's a cracker of a tournament. I miss South African teams being in Super Rugby. I keep saying it because it just feels, there's just too much rugby. In the Northern Hemisphere, there's like URC, then there's Champion, and there's too much and a bit confusing. Curry Cup, all that sort of stuff.
It's a lot.
I just want Super Rugby because it's easy to say.
Because you want what you
It's
want.
only 2 words. It's easy to say.
Super Rugby, done.
Super Rugby, so done. That's all you need to know. And they've got a team from Samoa and Fiji, and they are looking
Crisp.
top-notch. They are really, really good. Adi Sevilla is playing for the Samoan team. He's the legendary All Black former World Player of the Year. He looks good. I mean,
What happened to Maananu?
he retired eventually.
Is it?
He's about 36, 37, 38. I think he went and played in Japan for a while and then basically saw it out there. Ma Nanu is not coaching. He's coaching the Samoan team.
Okay.
He's good. And I think one of his sons playing Super Rugby now.
Oh, cute.
That's how old we are.
Cute.
So, yeah. But that's all those great names.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to having a proper tour against the All Blacks next year. 5 games, apparently, 4 games. And the last tour we had was 96 when the All Blacks came here just after the World Cup when rugby had gone professional. And that was the first ever series that the All Blacks had won in South Africa. And remember that was Osterrand after that one game, he basically said, "Ek's nou gatvol." And he said it, and somebody recorded it,
Yeah.
and it became a thing. No,
Ek's nou gatvol.
And for those not in South Africa, it means he.
Jong, ek is nou gatvol oor jou your bets, yeah.
I know, but then last bet.
Okay.
Stormers
Hit me
against-
with something positive.
Stormers against the Scarlets.
Did you get this one?
I got this one right.
Yay!
So I went with the Stormers to win because they were favourites. They haven't had a great URC overseas. They've been a bit iffy, up and down. They were back in full throttle. So this is John Dobson, the director of rugby at Stormers, thinks they're now heading in the right direction. So there's a feel-good factor back in the team. They got Sasha Feinberg, Ngondazulu, and Damian Willemse are back on the field. And they won 29-17. It was a hard game. I mean, all those games away from home are hard. And a lot of these games are being played on AstroTurf, which is a shocking thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard players complaining. David Walsh wrote in the Sunday Times, who's of London, and he said players are complaining because the jarring on the knees are causing more injuries. Guys are now wearing leggings so that they don't get basically rash.
Burn, like
Rash, yeah.
artificial turf burn. You know, like you
basically,
get carpet burn.
Well, no, yeah. But it's really, someone had a good weekend.
You're silly.
I know, but it doesn't, it's not a good look. And also,
It's very bouncy though,
Yeah.
that turf.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the guys are doing, because in these English teams and Scottish teams use it because they can't afford to keep up a turf. You know? So it's up and down. I'm not a great fan of it because it's just
Makes two of us.
yeah, it just looks ugly. It looks. You play hockey on AstroTurf. I played football on AstroTurf, and it's dreadful.
Look, the Rwandans welcomed us to play.
I remember that.
Yeah, and it would rain, and it was just drenched, and it was just a nightmare. And
it gets more and more because you have to water the pitch.
Yeah,
to
you
keep
do.
To keep it going. Yeah, because you have to water.
It's a chihuahua in the
no, I
studio.
have no idea what's going on. Is that Dude, by the way, you know how much a bottle of Vive costs? 800 rand. Is that nothing?
I'll
Is that
have
nothing
two.
to-
I'll
oh,
have two. Thank
two.
you.
But
Two.
you can get a case for a couple of grand.
But now listen,
yeah.
you bet how much was
10
in
rand.
your kitty?
It was 10 rand. That's what I put on the bet.
On each bet.
No, I put 10 rand in total. So it was
Okay.
a bet that if I'd won, would have paid me.
111 rand and 7 cents.
Yeah.
And
maybe
you
I
won
should-
what?
Zip. Zilch.
Not even a 7 cents.
Yeah. Basically, I won what Pirates are going to win this season. Zip. Zilch. Nothing. So what did you bet? How did you bet on Lesotho? Why would you bet on Lesotho? Was that after the second black label that you were drinking in the studio?
Guys, so I was chatting to someone about these bets over the past weekend, right? A friend of mine. And we were like, can we just win the lotto? And then she's like, hold on. Another friend of mine was placing bets, like sporting bets. I was like, that's not like her. Does she even follow sport? Because I know this bet. And she's like, oh, well, she's always trying weird and wonderful things. 56,000 rand.
Wow.
She played 29 bucks or something, just under 30. And she made 56,000 rand.
Big multi.
I'm not too sure how and where and what she was doing, but do know that I'm going to find her to show me how to bet. Kev, thank you for teaching me how not to bet.
Well, as I said, we should change the name of the show to
I could do with
bet with your
56,000
friends.
rand.
Bet with your friends and then don't pay them. That's what I should do, and I'll save money.
And you bet so publicly, maybe
I
you should keep
know.
it quiet. But then, do I also think he bets, he makes big money, and then he comes and pleads like poverty, like, oh, I didn't win anything. So that we aren't here asking for Nando's.
Anyway, listen. Just so you know, there's a Vive Clicker gift hamper from Net Florist for 1,499 rand. A case is just a bargain price at Macro, 4,794 rand. A case will be okay for you?
Yeah, case is good.
Well, the
Case
way
is
he's going
good.
You want to
Has to be
you want to do
bubbles.
another bet? What are you going to bet? You're going to keep losing. They're just not going to pay. You spending money on us?
Verve, please.
Yeah, Mr. Hennessy. Coming up after the break, still Kev Betway Bets. We spoke to Shakes from Petty last Thursday, and he actually had some really interesting things to say about Bafana. And I want to see how they stack up now that Bafana.
Now that they've played.
yeah, so it's actually, I think he predicted they would win. He didn't give us prediction for tomorrow night's game, but he did say Bafana look good, Nick.
Awesome.
Cool. See you tomorrow.
Every Monday and Thursday, Cavs Betway Bets is powered by Betway.